AJ the CPA here. Yes, I want you to wait to file for PPP forgiveness if you have employees. Yes, still, I'm saying wait. So, hope you're doing well. I want to make sure that you know that we're still at the phase right now, January 23rd. What are we waiting on still? Just that one thing, which is we need the SBA/IRS to tell us, how do you elect wages out of PPP forgiveness wages? Right now, the way the law reads is that for those that got PPP, you take into account whatever your wages are during that covered period, and those are wages for PPP purposes. So why do you want to wait? Why do you care about electing wages out of PPP forgiveness purposes? Because every business that's 100 or less employees, and the way that the SBA is now to update the parameters of this, as well as then the IRS, is that it's 500 or less employees now for the employee retention tax credit, that you're able to get it. Meaning if you are a small employer and you had wages in 2020, you qualify for this employee retention credit. How? Well, I have a playlist I'll put a link to talking about that. Now, I want you to tune in and I want you to help me out on something. I've got a friend of mine. I've been on his news program, his radio program up and down the East Coast a number of times over the last year. So do me a favor, hang on. Don't end the video. Hang on. I'd like for you to go in the body of this video and click and go to Josh Jelinski, the Financial Quarterback's YouTube channel. I'd like you to click subscribe. Why? What's in it for you? Well, I'm going to be on his YouTube channel a few times coming up, talking about relevant in the moment PPP, EIDL, ERTC, and various stimulus matters. Tomorrow morning, depending on when you watch this, but tomorrow morning I'm going to be live on his program, and it'll also be on his YouTube channel. Now, you know as well as I do, the great thing with YouTube is you can watch that show back. So I will put a link to his channel where you can check out the live video tomorrow, or if you don't catch it live, you'll see a link in the body of this to his channel where you can go and watch the video where we're going to take questions live from his audience. And again, he's on iHeartRadio, up and down. We'll also put a link to his radio station show as well. But when we're talking about applying for forgiveness of the PPP, you want to wait if you got employees, so that you will ensure that you're not doubling up the wages that you're using for PPP purposes, because you want to keep them available for the employee retention tax credit. So I've got some other videos talking about that. More the purpose of this is you need to wait. There's really no reason to file right now, because you have 10 months from the end of your covered period to file for forgiveness. Now, banks are asking for you to file for forgiveness, to file for PPP2, and that's wrong. It's incorrect. The SBA said banks don't do that. Banks, it's not required. Banks are not allowed to do that. If they're doing it, they're ignoring the rules. But at the end of the day, if you are going to have to just play the game that the bank is wanting you to play, then you need to tell them that you're going to give them the information for PPP forgiveness, but they are not to submit it to the SBA. We should know this information soon on how to go about this. Not sure why it's not been basically wheeled out yet. It will be, but you need to wait. So hold tight. All right. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I want you to subscribe to Josh Jelinski's YouTube channel. He and I are also going to be live on my channel coming up a few times, where we're going to do some unusual things, where we're going to be taking questions live, where you'll be able to, in essence, call in and be on the show. That'll be something on my YouTube channel and also on his. So stay tuned for that. Kind of should be fun. All right. Hey, love it if you'd subscribe. Don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me.